Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willow Journals. Welcome back to my channel. So the last couple of days I've been working on a new fun project, making collage journal cards out of vintage paper scraps. So I have got these bases that I've been working with, and these are just pages that I rip out of one of my scrapbook journals because they fill up, and so I rip out any pages that I'm not going to use at the back of the journal, and then I cut them up into these journal cards, sew around the edges, and then I've got some that I've finished. So like these ones, I've put a flower sticker on top and then a bit of washi tape, and I love how these look. So fun, and I'll show you how I make them in this video. But just give you a look at some other bases. These ones I use with coffee dyed paper scraps. So I've got a few of these ones that are finished, like this. Love them both. Very fun. But I was running out of coffee dyed paper scraps, so I started using these leftover journal pages. And also I was making some out of collage masterboards. So with vintage book pages, I just covered up a manila folder, and I will have a video showing how I made these ones too later on. But yeah, 3 different types of cards. Love how each of them looks. Got my washi tape here, tweezers, all my flower stickers in this tin. So let me grab my scrap box. And just take this one out the top. I keep that on top to keep it flat. And I've got a few scrap pieces here. Some of these vintage music papers, coffee dye papers, book pages, they're all in there. And let's have a look at what we're doing here. I've got some vintage piano paper here as well. So let me just get settled, sit down, grab my glue. And what we're going to do, I think that I'll show you what they look like from the start, first of all. So here's like the end papers from those journal scrapbooks that I just get from Kmart or K-Hub. Where I am, we have a K-Hub. It's like country Kmart. So a smaller version of Kmart, and then all I'm going to do is cut that in half this way, and you could have square journal cards if you want, or I'm just going to cut them a little bit narrower so we have a kind of rectangle shape. I don't mind if they're a little bit wonky, a bit asymmetric. We're going for, you know, scrappy journal cards here with that vintage look. So I want them to look kind of handmade and rustic and all that kind of goodness. So then maybe I'll show you a couple with that type of paper and a couple with this type of paper. So these are like my offcuts from folded coffee dyed papers. So I'm just going to cut off that pocket. And that one's already, oh sorry, this one. This is the one I need to cut down. And I'll just kind of trim it about there, say. You can do longer journal cards if you want longer ones. And just making use of what I have in my scraps, in my scrap box. So first of all, I will kind of lay down, I do them in bulk like this. So I will kind of lay them down. All I do is pretty much put them in each corner, and let's just rip off some of this. I like having some ripped edges. You can rip all of the edges if you want, but I like it with just some ripped edges here. And just, they're super simple, these collages, but super effective, and you can decorate them however you want as well. You know, you can add stickers on top, stamping, postage stamps, tickets, coupons, other bits of papers, vellum. You can decorate them many, many different ways. So I'm just going to grab these offcuts of my music papers. These, again, when I make my journals, I have lots of offcuts when I'm trimming off the pages to make them fit the journal size of the cover. So I'm just going to rip all of these ones, and then I like flipping them over to see which side I like better. So I might just rip that one off there, and then that one can go here, and then let's see, that one can probably go there. And then what do we have? Let's rip this one up. And this is just so fun to do, you know, while you're listening to some music, or I listen to podcast episodes, audiobooks in the background, and just can spend, you know, a few hours doing this. And yeah, just really fun way to use up your scraps, and really fun way to build up your stash of ephemera. So as you can see, I've got lots of journal cards here to play with. I'm working in bulk, not just for my journals, but I'm contemplating doing a patron mail tier, and so I'm working on some patron mail, and I was thinking some of these could be in that, these journal cards. So here we go. All right, so I'm just going to tidy up as I go and put these ones back in my scrap box, and I'm going to glue these down. Now you could use glue stick, Fabri-Tac, whatever glue you have. I'm just using this clear craft glue that I get from the local cheap shop we have here in town, and I'm just going to glue each of these down. I have a tissue on handy just to wipe up any excess, and also I will be sewing around the edges anyway, so I'm just going to kind of lightly glue this down so that the glue is a nice thin layer. Oh, we want that the other way, right way up. A nice thin layer of glue, and I kind of use the tissue to press everything down as well, just to smooth out all of that glue. And then yeah, you can do whatever you want on top. You could add more layers of vintage papers if you want. Maybe some book page would look nice on there. Maybe some ledger paper would look good. You could even experiment with some fabric, some lace, some cheesecloth, you know, all that kind of stuff, some trim. But I'm going for just simple collages, simple but beautiful. And I love vintage and botanical. They're my two favorite themes. And so that's what I'm working with here. And again, I love doing everything in bulk, so that's why I'm doing so many of them. And yeah, this is just one way to do a collage. In a later video, I will show you the method with the collage masterboard, and I do like both. It's nice to have a variety of different types of, you know, journal cards, different types of collage. Okay, that one can go there. And this one here, get Keanu's fur out of the way. Keanu is currently sleeping. In the mornings when I wake up, he knows the routine. He knows he gets fed in the mornings, and if I don't feed him straight away after I get up, he is restless. He comes up to me and he meows, and he won't settle, he won't go to sleep until he's been fed. So once I've fed him, then he curls up and usually sleeps for a few hours, and then after he's had his nap, then he likes to he gets a bit restless again, and he wants to go roaming and explore. And then after he's done that, then he has another nap for a few hours, And then he does another little roam, and then end of the night, when I go back to my room at the end of the night, he comes with me looking for food. And then once again, after he's had his food, he usually goes down for his sleep. So he's a very routine cat, very, very routine, I guess, like me. Okay, so now I want to look for some flowers, and oh, that one looks good. I quite like that one there. Yeah, and so it's just a matter of playing around, because the backgrounds will make it look different as to what you want to put on each one. So just playing around, some of them a bit too large. Yep, I like that one there. And I like that one there. So it's kind of a matter of finding the right one where it overlaps in different places. Okay, so I think I'll do that. Yes, okay. Now this is where my tweezers come in handy, because they're a little bit hard to manage, because they're so flimsy. So I'm just going to stick that one about there. Beautiful rose. And then this one. We will stick this one here. This one suits this colour better because it's darker, with darker paper, so a bolder, stronger colour works well for this one. Slightly bigger journal cards, these ones too, so you can fit a bigger flower or focal image on there. And then you don't have to add the washi tape, but I think it just adds another layer, another bit of interest, and it kind of makes it look like you're sticking down the flower on the journal card. Sort of like, almost like a specimen card type thing. So I love this tape. Oh, I should mention where everything is from. So I believe this one's from Stationery Pal, this tape here. Either that or In Love Art Shop. The floral stickers, you can get those from BB Craft. I believe you can get them also from Stationery Pal. And yeah, vintage music paper, vintage piano paper, I just get them from op shops and vintage shops. And then what else? I think that's about it. Let's put this one about here. So yeah, that's just really, really quick and easy, simple, beautiful collages. I'll obviously go take those to my sewing machine after this, sew around the edges so that they look like these ones. So hope you have fun trying that at home. I also have a freebie, so if you don't have these materials, you can print this out, and that can, yeah, that can be some bases that you work with, and you can print them out multiple times, and then whatever you stick on top, whether it's a sticker, flower, stamping, stamps, like postage stamps, labels might look good on here too, little tickets, coupons, anything. You can print that out, use them as pockets, use them as journal cards. If you want to use them as journal cards, I'd recommend printing them on 200 GSM paper or around that paper weight, so they're a bit thicker. But you could also cut them out on normal copy paper, 80 GSM, and then just double side it, like back it onto something, glue it onto some other paper, maybe some scrapbook paper or something, or sew it on. But yeah, have fun using those. And They are available over on my Patreon, and I'll put them up on my Buy Me a Coffee site as well. So you can download and print those as many times as you want to use those in your projects. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you're doing really well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. A big thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in August and allowed me to do this full time for another month. If you would like to support my channel and what I do, you can do so over on my Patreon. The link will be in the description box below, and that's where you get access to more videos, printables. At the Ruby tier, you get every single digital kit from my Etsy, plus a new digital kit every month. There are also some mail tiers where you get some goodies sent out to you in the mail.